I did 6 sets of push-ups every other day for the past month to see how much I could improve and regain the strength I lost from having an injured shoulder. Here's what happened. For the workouts, I focused less on reps and more on time under tension. I did 15 to 20 seconds per set, 6 sets in each workout, and around 2 minutes rest between each set. I also added some variety by doing different push-up variations, like sometimes very slow and controlled, sometimes faster, sometimes incline, and sometimes decline. I chose to do push-ups every other day instead of every day because I wanted my body to have more time to recover between the workouts. I tested my maximum push-ups to see where I was at. I hadn't done push-ups consistently for nearly a year due to an injured right shoulder, and I just finished rehabilitating the shoulder. So my starting push-up max was 13 reps, which was actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Let the challenge begin. In the first week of the challenge, it became even more apparent to me that I had lost quite a bit of strength. In each workout, I was able to get through my first few sets, but then I would have to switch to incline push-ups because I didn't have the strength to do any more regular push-ups. My right shoulder, which is the shoulder that had just finished recovering from injury, would sometimes hurt, so I'd have to back off a bit because I didn't want to re-injure it. This was my main concern, and at first I thought it might slow down my progress. Luckily, I found that as long as I was careful to maintain good form, my shoulder didn't hurt too much. Other than getting sick at the end of the first week, I felt like some progress had been made, and I could already feel myself getting at least a little bit stronger. At the beginning of week 2, I was still a little sick, but feeling better. I noticed that I could get through more sets without switching to incline push-ups, which was a nice improvement. Midway through the week, I started doing Wim Hof breathing before some sessions to help with strength and recovery. This was the first session where I felt I actually had the strength to do an explosive push-up. Towards the end of the week, I started to feel significant improvements in my endurance and strength. In week 3, I started off feeling strong, but then things got a little bumpy. I missed one of the days, and to make up for it, I did push-ups the next day, which meant to get back on track, I would have to do push-ups again the next day after that without the usual day off. And on that day, after my first set, I thought I might have hit a serious setback. I felt a twinge of pain and discomfort in my right shoulder, the same shoulder that had been injured for all of last year. Something just didn't feel right. I thought to myself, what if I re-injured this shoulder? Did I just undo an entire year of rehabbing? I decided to only do easier incline push-ups for the rest of the workout and to be more careful with my form, and that seemed to help a little. The real test, however, would be my next workout to see how my shoulder felt. When that day came, I was a little nervous, but I cautiously went for it. And in the end, my shoulder actually felt okay. It seemed that whatever that twinge of pain was only temporary, maybe due to a lapse of good form, and I was grateful that my shoulder felt normal again. By the time week 4 began, my shoulders definitely felt stronger, and I could feel that increase in strength during normal, mundane, everyday activities. The first few sets of each workout that week now felt really smooth, almost easy, and I no longer felt like I had to do incline push-ups to survive the final sets. Now that the challenge was complete, it was time to do a max push-ups test to see how much stronger I got. On day 1, I was only able to do 13 reps max, but today, there we go. Not bad, not bad. So after 30 days, my push-up max increased by 22 reps. So was this worth it? I would have to say yes. And I really think that choosing to do it every other day instead of every day was a really good choice, especially considering that my shoulder is coming off of injury. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and comment below if you're doing any challenges similar to this, or maybe you've done a challenge like this. And I'll see you in the next video.